Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So this video is going to be indie makeup releases, which is my weekly video series where I talk about indie releases and whether I'm going to be buying them or not, and just my thoughts on the new releases. I normally throw in at the end of the video just regular mainstream releases, which there's actually a lot more mainstream releases than indie releases in this particular video, but that's just because there wasn't that many interesting indie releases to talk about this week, which was honestly a blessing because I've been trying not to buy as much makeup, so whenever there's not as many things I want to buy, that's nice. Although this week was definitely like a test to my self-control because I already made all my purchases for the month of May according to my low buy rules, and there were some really beautiful releases this week that I ended up not purchasing any of, and I'll mention them as we go, but there was definitely some things that caught my eye. I will link down below the Community Will I Buy It playlist so you can see all the different videos like this. I definitely recommend checking it out, and this video series is inspired by Angelica Nikas and Samantha March, and I will have all the Instagram accounts that I use as well. I know this, I feel kind of weird because I'm like trying to like rush this video a little bit just because I procrastinated and I'm filming this on a Saturday afternoon. I have to get up tomorrow and I just have a limited amount of time, so I'm going to try and just quickly get through each product, kind of talk about my thoughts and not take too long for this particular video. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. Oh wait, actually, in case you are curious about what's happening on my face, I didn't film a look or anything. My eyeshadow is some singles from Prime and Base Cosmetics. My highlight is Natasha Denona Super Glow in Fair, which is my favorite. And my lipstick is K1 Cosmetics Matte Desert Sand. The lipstick I just applied now, but the rest of my face has been on all day, so if it doesn't look perfect, that's why. Alright, first is a new release from Vanessa's Vanity, and this is their new shade Opalescent, and I think this looks beautiful. It looks to be like a blue purple shifty just light duochrome. This is right up my alley. This definitely caught my eye. I did not purchase it because there's no room for this in my low buy rules, but I feel like I definitely see a Vanessa's Vanity order sometime in my future, especially because they came out with that one butterfly highlighter that looked absolutely stunning. So this looks really beautiful too, and it looks like a very interesting shade. Next is some new, this is the new Sweethearts collection from Beauty Bar Baby. This caught my eye as well because these are super cute little heart pans, which I think is a cute detail. It's actually, there is a bigger heart pan and it has all 4 shades in it. So if you wanted to get all the highlighters, it looks like they're highlighters together, you could get that one pan of all of them and do like the stripes, or you can buy each individual shade in the little hearts, which I think is a really cute idea. I like the colors of the collection. It's all like pastel, so I think this is nice. I don't need it, but I definitely think it's really, really cute. Alright, next is one of the items that really, really tempted me this week, and this is the Oceanic palette from Ace Beauty, and I love the look of this. I think it is absolutely stunning, and I think it definitely just drew me in. I love all the blues, I love all the greens. One reason why I'm a little bit hesitant to try this palette is because of the formula. I don't really love the older Ace Beauty palette formula as much. I've heard the new one is a little bit better between this the Flare palette and this. I've heard it's improved, so I'm a little bit hesitant, and also I just feel like I've gotten so many like blue and green palettes recently. I'm like, do I really need this? I really, really don't need it. I don't think there's any looks with this palette that I couldn't do with what's already in my collection or with what's coming to me, because I did buy the Whale Song palette from Menagerie. I bought the blue like little bundle from Lemonatrix Cosmetics, which hasn't shipped yet, so I don't need it. I don't need it. Although I'm saying that, but I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to end up purchasing it, but not right now. I'm going to hold off for a little bit. And then next is from Igneous Cosmetics, and this is a reveal of all 6 shades in their new palette, and this looks pretty interesting. This definitely caught my eye. It's definitely like a mix of blue and green, and there's a brown, but it's almost like more muted. I feel like that kind of makes it a little bit more distinct. It's a smaller palette. It's only going to be 6 shades, so I think this looks nice. I don't feel like I need it because I do already have some grungy greens from Igneous Cosmetics, and I'm not sure if this will really add to my collection, but I am curious to see what it looks like in the actual palette. I love that it's a smaller palette. I love that it's a little bit more muted, so I like the idea of this. Alright, next is some new releases from Luxe Beauty, and they are on a roll with palettes. So they've showed a little sneak peek here, and there's one that looks to be like pinks and purples, and you can't see that fully. So we'll discuss that in the future when we can actually see the entire thing. But the other palette here is blues and greens. I do think that the color scheme of this looks pretty. There's like some grungy greens, there's some pastels, there's some deeper metallic shades. But overall, I feel like I don't need this. Again, kind of same reasoning, but also what stands out to me here is that all the matte shades look to be a little bit lighter and the metallic shades are pretty dark, and I don't really like that mixture in a palette. I prefer my matte shades to be darker than my metallic shades, just because of the way that I do my makeup personally. So I don't see myself getting this, but I do think that it's pretty. Alright, the last indie thing that I have to talk about really quickly is definitely a new release, but it's not that new, like it's been sneak peeked for a while. And this is the Juvias Place concealer and foundation line. I just wanted to talk about this for a moment because I haven't talked about it recently, at least when they've showed shades and everything. And I got asked a few times if I'm going to be reviewing this, and I am not, just because I feel like it's not really for me, as in the foundation, like the formula being like more on the matte side. I just don't feel like that's what I'm into. I don't want to pay money for a foundation that I don't see myself truly loving or wearing. I don't know about the foundation. I haven't even looked at swatches of that, but looking at the swatches of the concealer shade, like it does look super light. It looks like a nice range and everything, but it's not inside my low buy rules, and I just don't see myself buying them, even if it's just for review. I don't think I would end up using it for that long. Maybe the concealer I'll try eventually, but the foundation just does not sound like my kind of foundation. So I just wanted to answer that really quickly because I've gotten a few comments. All right, next let's move on to mainstream releases. First off is this new palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills times Alyssa Edwards. I don't love it. I don't love it. I want to love it. They've been teasing colorful palettes, and I've been so excited, like what are they gonna do? And I see this and I'm just not inspired. I think it looks fine. Like, it's not an ugly palette, but there's still 6 neutral shades in here. I feel like every palette that Anastasia Beverly Hills does has to have like at least like 40% neutral, because I guess that's just who they're marketing towards. I just don't love this. Like, I think if I had it, I would like it enough and it'd be okay, but I feel like everyone is hyping this palette up so much to be the like end all be all of colorful palettes right now. Like, already I'm seeing it, and I feel like it's just the Anastasia Beverly Hills effect. Like, everyone talks about it, everyone like raves about it, everyone hypes it up, but I'm just gonna like stay in my like little cave and not listen to any of that because I just know I don't need it. It's not unique to my collection. It doesn't really draw me in. All right, next is the new BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and this is the Gemini palette. I feel like I don't even have to say anything. Like, you guys already know. You know exactly what I'm thinking right now if you're familiar with my channel. Like, why? Why? Alright, next is the new Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, and this definitely caught my eye. It caught my attention. I wasn't expecting this to come out, and I think it is really beautiful. I love the colors. I feel like it's a really pretty in-between between neutrals and a sunset, and I like it, but I just don't see myself I don't see myself paying that price tag for this. I don't see myself purchasing it, but I do think it's really pretty. I look forward to hearing people's reviews on it. I look forward to seeing tutorials with it, but I just don't see myself purchasing it. But it is gorgeous. Alright, next from Tarte is the new Pride Month collaboration between Tarte and Paege, and this is a palette that has a full rainbow, which obviously immediately caught my attention. I saw the email, and I think they said something along the lines of like, you wanted a colorful palette, here it is, or something. I don't even know, but the email caught my attention. I saw this and I think it looks nice. I mean, it looks like a colorful palette. It's a mainstream brand coming out with a rainbow palette, which I honestly don't hate. I feel like it's probably going to be accessible. I don't really understand why they release so many palettes in these weird packaging that has like different sizes for the shades. I don't really like that as an aesthetic, but I do think this is cool. I believe that they are donating $25,000 to the Trevor Project, so I'm glad it's going to a good cause. But again, I don't see myself purchasing it. The more I think about it, the more I want to try the Icy Betch palette. I saw it on sale for $16 and like it took every part of me to have self-control and not purchase it, but I do see myself getting that one eventually. But this I really know I do not need, but I like the idea of it. Alright, next I want to talk about some new palettes from Huda Beauty. I do not purchase from Huda Beauty just because they sell mink lashes, but I just wanted to talk about these for a moment. They are the new neon palettes, and the greeny one doesn't really intrigue me. I feel like it's only 3 greens and the rest is kind of like eh. And then there's one that's like kind of reminds me of like an extended melt radioactive stack, which is fine, but it doesn't really draw me in. But the last one, the pinky purpley, that palette has my heart. Like, that is absolutely beautiful. The neon pink obsession, like I would die for that palette. I think it is absolutely stunning. It really caught my attention. I think it is the most beautiful palette I've seen in a long time. Like, if that was any other brand that was cruelty free, like if it was Colourpop, like I would buy that palette in 2 seconds. If you guys want me to do like a dupe video of that and like go through my singles collection and see if I can, I definitely will, because I was so inspired by that color scheme together. I think it is beautiful. Alright, next is from Colourpop, and this is their new Blue Moon palette. Again, the self-control was real because I think this is beautiful. It is a blue palette, but I feel like something about this stands on its own. Like, it feels like it's more like soft blues, and it just looks really stunning, and the price tag is so right. But I'm not going to be purchasing it just because I've bought a lot of things with blue recently, and I know in my heart I don't need it right now. I don't need it, and I don't know. I feel like maybe whenever Colourpop does an amazing sale and my low buy is done, maybe in 2020 I'll go ham and do like a really big Colourpop order, because I have not ordered from Colourpop other than the Just My Luck palette in forever. Like probably like a year between that palette and maybe the stick foundation. Other than that, that's the only thing I've purchased from Colourpop in a really long time. So I don't know. This looks beautiful, but I don't need it. I don't need it, so I'm not buying it right now. Alright, next. This is honestly so crazy and revolutionary. I was so excited to talk to you guys about this, and I just want to hear your thoughts. Beauty Blender is going to be coming out with a new sponge, and instead of pink, it's going to be yellow. Isn't that crazy? Like, can you imagine a yellow sponge? They're honestly iconic. Okay, the sarcasm is real, but really, when are they going to do anything other than release every sponge? Alright, last but not least, I feel like the most buzzed about collection that's releasing currently, that was revealed this week, is the Jaclyn Hill lipstick collection, Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the nude lipstick collection. Every single shade is a nude. I see some people hating on that, but personally, I kind of love that concept. Like, I am here for it. Like, I will go to liquid lipsticks for my bold colors, but when it comes to a bullet lipstick, I prefer to stick to nudes, so this is definitely my kind of makeup style. I love the idea of having so many different undertones and like having a nude for everyone. I did feel like going from the lightest to the darkest shades, like the medium dark, I feel like it went dark very quickly. I wish there would have been a little bit more gradient right there for people with a deep skin tone. For me personally, I think I am going to be purchasing some of these. I know, but I feel like this is right up my alley because the lightest shades, like, they look extremely light. And Jaclyn talked about in her video like her sister being super pale and how she has trouble finding lipstick that is like a true nude. I have the same thing. Like, I for the longest time would buy nudes off of any person's recommendations, and then I would try them and they would be like a super deep nude. Like, even what I'm wearing now, like, this would probably be a really nice nude on a lot of other skin tones, but for me, like, it is kind of deep. It comes off really peachy. It has a lot of warmth to it, so it's few and far between that I find a like perfect nude lipstick. Anyways, like I said, I feel the exact same way, so I definitely want to try some of these lighter shades. I think I am going to be making an order. It releases on the 30th, and I'm sick, but for my low buy rules, like, I've already made 3 purchases this month, but I'm like, in February, March, I didn't try any new brands, so can I just like take that little purchase and move it into this month? I think I can, because I make my own rules. So this is going to be my brand to try this month, I'm sure. just because I'm really intrigued by the colors. The formula is vegan and cruelty free, and it's described as being like comfortable, and it's supposed to have like nourishing ingredients, which is really what I need. So I'm willing to take one for the team. If I get them, I'll do like a lip swatch video and a review and everything. So I'm thinking the shades that I personally really like is Nude AF and As If. I think I'm definitely going to get those. Amaze Balls, I like. I kind of like Perfectionist and Fussy, but I feel like Nude AF, As If, and Amaze Balls are my absolute favorite. So, and I kind of like Obsessed too. So we'll figure, I'll see what I end up getting. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that I'm able to actually get them, and like the launch isn't like horrible, as in like one of those launches where you just sit there and you're like refresh, 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 and then you don't get what you wanted. Hoping it doesn't go like that. We'll see. But I am going to try them, so. Alright, so that is everything for today's video and the new releases. I'm sorry it's a little bit shorter than normal, but I am, like I said, kind of on a time crunch, and I want to get the video up on time. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.